Hello there everybody, I'm Kim Gow from Colour Passion. Thank you so much for joining us once again on the Colour Passion channel. Okay, today I thought we would continue on from last video, and that is I wanted to show you a bit more depth using the same colours. And that is our amazing Pewter Metallic. It's the new colour. We've got Star, which leaves little stars. We've got the the gold ebony metallic. We're going to be using that one, and we're going to use the top cell white and a bit of clear. So I'll just come and show you what I've done. So let's go to the board and see what we can do. All right, everybody, here we are. Actually, I'll just move these up the road. Sorry, I put them there and then thought I was going to show you what I did. All right, I just had the previous pour, and I just got the spray cans, the Rust-Oleum in a black, in a matte black, and then in a white, the 94. So basically all I did was I just sprayed it sort of over in sections. I'm not wanting to cover it all, and I left a little bit open sort of through the middle there. So now what we're going to do, I have mixed my resin, and today we're going to use the ultimate resin because that's what we used last time. And so even though it took lots and lots of working time, I was very impressed about it. But anyway, there we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put, we'll do the Pewter Metallic. It's my favourite colour at the moment. Absolutely love this colour. We'll do some gold ebony metallic. We'll do some slate luster. And we will do some white. And we're going to have some clear as well. And then I just realised I need another cup because I want to do like what we call a skim milk, if you like. So we'll have like a full cream milk in the white, and then we will have like a skim milk version. So I'm just going to pour some into there for that one. Probably some of that one. Maybe don't need quite as much of that one. And we will play around a bit with these, and I might as well just leave the clear into the mixing container to pour over. Okay, so let's get playing with these gorgeous colours. I'm sorry, I get so excited with this one. Gosh, it's just beautiful. It really, really is. I know it probably doesn't look as nice maybe on the camera, but it is stunning, stunning, stunning. Luscious, in fact. I think I did say that the other day because I just love it. Okay, just mixing that properly into the resin so that it is really, really mixed well. We don't want it separating or, you know, basically having pigment that's not mixed in thoroughly with the resin. Now we've got our gold ebony. Excuse the jar, it's just I use it so much because I love it, and so I've just bought one home that's in a bigger size. Don't need that much. Okay, that should be plenty. That is our gorgeous gold ebony metallic. And if you didn't see the last video, you'll see when the sun hits this, it picks up that gorgeous, gorgeous gold. And if you move it a bit more, then it colour changes basically to black. So it's a metallic, but it's a colour change, colour shift, I should say, in the black. There we go. So that is, I don't know if you can see it there, but maybe a bit. Slate luster is one of our newer ones. And that is sort of like a mid-grey, well, slate colour, I guess. And it's got a luster to it. And a really lovely neutral shade. Really liking that colour also. Just wiping my gloves there to get it off so I don't contaminate others. Slate luster. Okay, there we go. Now, then I'm going to do a white. This is our top cell white, which is the thicker one. So I'm just going to give that a stir. And then pop it into this one. You really just need only such a small amount of this to get it to that nice white. And why we call it top cell is because you place it over the colours and you can push it along with your heat gun and you'll get beautiful lacing for waves and cells. It's designed with that in mind. It's a fantastic product. So that's our top cell white. Very, very popular. Now, here's the trick. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to basically dip my stick in and I'm going to wipe it both sides so that there's just a minimal amount, and I mean minimal amount, on the stick. And the idea of this is it is going to be basically a skim milk version of white. And this will help with depth. And I learnt this from none other than the gorgeous Rhonda from RK3 Designs in Texas, in Seguin. That amazing, amazing lady. So when I pull it up like that, it's quite clear. I'm actually going to wipe that off because I actually don't want any more white going into that. Because honestly, I just put such a small amount, but it's, yeah, that's good. That is perfect. That is a skim milk. Beautiful. Right, and then we've got our plain clear. So this should be fun. Alrighty, so now what we're going to do, bit of a star there. So here we go. Right, we will put different colours in different spots. So over here I'm going to pour some of the, I'm just going to sort of go up and down today rather than all over the shop, just for something a bit different. And then I'll just come down here as well. There. Oops, running off already. Doesn't matter, just push him there. Then we've got this gorgeous, gorgeous gold ebony metallic. Up that way. Just leave a little bit in case we need it, like last time. Then we've got our slate. Put a little bit up here maybe. I did want it on here. Here we are, just getting out the last bit here. Won't be a moment. My insulin pump always decides to play up when I'm online with you, so just give me a moment. Back again, sorry about the interruption. Okay, so now we're going to do the full cream white, if you like, if it's sort of like that. We'll go here and we'll go up here. Right. And then we're going to have our skim milk, which we'll put maybe across here, down here. Rhonda does this all the time, but I have to confess, I actually haven't done it to this point, but you know what my motto is, if you don't give it a go, you're never going to know. So here we are. Now, clear for the last bit. Just wiping that off. All right, so with this, we're just going to come up the middle here. There maybe, but I particularly want it sort of down the middle there. Down the dark bit there, and then we're going to smush it over anyway. Just going to put it down here a bit. I've used about 550 mils, 275 grams of part A of the Ultimate Art, and 275 grams of the part B, which is the hardener. All right. Oops. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, with my hands, look, I could do it with something else, but I'm just going to do it with my hands. I think that'll be super fine. Just to sort of get it over, and we'll probably see more of the colours this way than what I did in the last video, which was fairly busy. But you know, you just got to try these different things. Okay, so there's our clear there, so we can sort of see through a little bit underneath. Loving, loving, loving that pewter. It really is just super gorgeous. Now, let's have a look. We want to cover over this. Just smoothing that all over. Anywhere where I can see some little gaps. It's very, very pretty. And I'm just running along the edge. I haven't worried about putting a tape on today. I thought I would leave it and it could just run off and do its thing. A little bit here. There we go there. Just making sure that all the little spots have been covered over it. Very, very pretty, I have to say. Having the pewter mixed with this, just with the gold ebony, it sort of just adds that bit of warmth. I'm just putting a little bit of that over the top, just to sort of add it something a little different. And as I say, we've got our skim milk and our full cream milk, so it's all happening here. Sounds like we're making a cup of coffee, doesn't it? Which I'm going to go and have one with my dear friend Natasha very shortly, as soon as I finish this. Okay, happy with this so far. Never know how these are going to turn out, you know, but I thought, well, I just sort of thought I wanted to give you like a different idea of how we can do it, so it just sort of gives probably a little bit more depth. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the heat gun and I'm just going to blow over it a bit. And how naughty am I? I forgot all about our beautiful star. Oh, I'm so cross. Sorry. I forgot that, didn't I? I got carried away with everything and I forgot, because that star is just stunning. I'm so sorry. Never mind. I can't do it now because I've used up all the resin anyway. So I don't think there's even enough for a little bit in here. Doesn't look like it. I suppose, look, you know what? I can probably just maybe try a little smidge and see what we can get. Goodness only knows. If we don't try it, we're not going to know, are we, hey? Okay, so we'll just put this in here. I think if I do that maybe, and I put a little bit of the skim milk, a little bit of white that I've got here, that might work a little bit. Okay. So I just have to leave it at that, and I'm just going to give it a stir. And then drizzle it over and just see if we can get something happening with it. Now we've got quite a bit of dark down through here, so perhaps that's what we'll put it down here. And actually it's really lovely over this anyway, so I think that'll be add to it. Oops, and I've dribbled it, but anyway, like I said, we'll put that down, and then we'll come across with a heat gun and just move it and just see if we can get a little bit of star happening, little glimmers. Because last time it was lovely, but it was all pretty much all through because I chopped it and turned it and pulled it around. So anyway, in the end, it was fun. All right, so now I'm going to hit it with the heat gun again. Okay, a little bit of star over here. And here a bit more. And then up here. Okay, there's lots of colours and resin on here, so we might be able to just pull that over a bit. Should be okay. Just trying to push this off a little bit so that we have got a different look about it. And because we've got different colours underneath as well, it all sort of throws up on the top here. So it's quite interesting how well that laced up that star. Look at that. And I think you'll find in the sunlight, we'll be able to see some beautiful effects. So we'll do that tomorrow. It's going to just very lightly sort of touch down and pull that down this way. Obviously, we've had quite a bit of runoff. If I was worried, I mean, I could just pick it up and drop it on and do other things, but I don't think we need to worry. I'm just sort of wanting to put him down like that. Maybe a little bit of a white down through here. Let's sort of dribble it off a little bit from the other end there. But it's interesting. I really like it. I have to say, I'm really happy. So I'm just going to do that. Okay, wow. So I think we're going to leave it at this for now, and then we'll come back and see it for the reveal in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Here we are, our reveal for our different piece using the same colours. Look at that gold ebony luster. It is just totally stunning. Sparkling there, just gorgeous. And then we've got the slate luster and that magnificent pewter. Gee, that's pretty. Really, really is so lovely. And you see lots of little cells and things that have appeared. But the sparkles are really, really pretty. You can see them just glistening there. Just lovely. And you may not be able to pick it up, but there is some beautiful little stars there as well from our star. Remember, that was the one I didn't put a lot in because it slipped my mind, but I can see it, and it's really, really pretty, especially around, I can see it around here. That is gorgeous. And it's not overpowering either, it's just really, really gentle. But this was using the top cell white, so you can see the difference between the two. But that is gorgeous. So again, this is just to give you an idea of the colours more than technique. Yep, there's some of the star coming across there as well. Really gorgeous. I mean, a lot of this ran off. I didn't have the tape on, as you know, but I'm still happy with the way it worked out. So yeah, this is something a bit different. And again, this could be used for a countertop, as I said, for a vanity in the bathroom. It's possibly a bit heavy for a kitchen, but you know, I still think it's really, really pretty and well worth consideration. Okay, well, this is just a shorter video this week, and I just wanted to introduce you to those colours and show you the magic of them. So if you haven't already done so, please subscribe, hit that notifications bell so you get advice when we post a video with any new colours or anything like that. And it would be great to hear from you in the comments down below. I'll always get back to you, and it would be great just to hear your opinions on things, and yep, see how we go. And remember, if you don't give it a go, you'll never know. So everybody, have a wonderful week ahead, and I'll catch you next time on the channel. Bye for now.